Hello, it's Shawn Tuttle at the Natural Professional. I want to let you know about the most recent episode of the Authentic Success podcast that has been posted. It's number 13 and it's on my big decision protocol. So, what this is an acknowledgement of is that, when we have a big decision to make, it can be really challenging. We can be afraid of making the wrong choice, and just generally unsure as to how to proceed. But when there's people waiting on that answer and there are plans to be made, sometimes that time just comes and you need to make a decision. And obviously there's a lot of ways to make a big decision. You can flip a coin, you can analyze something by doing lots of research and talking with people and writing up lists of pros and cons. Or you might have a simple, like just I know it's a yes or I know it's a no. So what I talk about in this episode is my personal 4-step process for my big decision protocol. I do a combination of research and a little bit of analytics, but for gathering the information to know what I'm working with. But the final decision is made by checking in. My 4 steps, so I'll go over them briefly here. The first one is knowing what my method of communicating with my wise self is. So for me, that's journaling. I pose questions and my hand just sort of responds automatically. And if it doesn't, then I know that that's not a question I'm ready to answer. So I'll pose a different question. So 1, what is your method of communicating with your wise self? 2, wow. Totally blanked on that one for a sec. Hello. So the second one is, what is a yes answer and what is a no answer? So this is knowing what these responses are in your body because you feel them. Like I know what a yes feels like. I know what a no feels like. And I actually also know what a neutral is, meaning not enough information or it's not the right question. 3, trusting the answer. And this can be so hard because the mind wants to know, wants to second guess and understand why, or that doesn't make sense, or are you sure, and all of that. But when your body gives you a yes or no, trust it and go with it. And then the 4th step, which is really an important step that a lot of people who are listening to their intuition don't do, is having to do with the communication of your answer. Usually it's in retrospect, and it could be like a few days, it could be weeks, it could be months later that you understand why that was the best choice for you at the time. But in the moment when you need to communicate your decision to another person, you don't have the benefit of that retrospect yet. So what you can do is, while you're in this space of listening to your wise self and doing this communication with your your higher self, for the greatest good, you can ask, what is the best way for me to communicate this answer? And this is important because when you're talking with someone who doesn't necessarily agree with listening to their intuition as a form of guidance, they're going to ask a lot of questions and push. And a lot of people, especially when you're learning how to pay more attention to your intuition, it's hard to defend and justify. It's just truth of the matter there, unfortunately. A lot of life learning on that one for me anyway. Maybe it's not your problem, and if not, I am so thrilled because it kind of sucks. What is the best way of communicating this in a way that the other person will accept as a valid answer, and 2, it be non-negotiable, so that you're not put in a position of defending it and then causing yourself to second guess, etc. So those are the 4. If you'd like to listen to the full example of it and hear what the final decision was on this bike tour, then go to iTunes and look up the Authentic Success podcast. I'll put the link below. Or you can catch the specific episode on the website at naturalprofessional.com/13. All right, that's it for this one. Catch you soon.